What's up, YouTube? We're going to look at some very unique Greenlight cars, starting with this Motor World Chevy Cruze. Very nicely detailed. I'm going to crack a couple of cars in this video. A couple of cars, one of them you're not going to see very often. This one here doesn't really fit the theme of the video because this is a Greenlight Premium, but does kind of fit the video in that it is just a really spot-on, accurate replication of a Dodge Charger. Sick little casting. I love it. This is from the Hollywood 10-pack. There's another really nice Motor World car. Chevy Volt. And in case you haven't noticed, these all have lensed headlights, lensed tail lights. Most of these, if not all of them, have prototypical wheels. The Motor World cars, unfortunately, are plastic base. Some of them, as you will see here in a second, do not have rubber tires. Here's the Honda Civic. Not their best tooling. There's why. I just can't stand that. Johnny Lightning does it all the time, and Greenlight does it way too much. Not all the time, but enough. Okay, so the last three that we're going to look at, or four, sorry. This one here from Series 1 Motor World. It might be Series 2, I don't remember, but it's a Porsche Cayenne. Plastic tires, very poorly detailed headlights and taillights, but nonetheless, it is a Greenlight tooling. And it's a very hard Greenlight car to find. So there's your Porsche. This one here, equally as hard to find, maybe harder to find. Also has plastic tires. It's got a little bit more detail, and it's a really nice looking casting. This is your Range Rover. You can see here tempo detail. Nice sculpted detail. And the car's got a really nice weight to it. It's a nice little casting. Greenlight. This one here is also, it's either Series 1 or Series 2, I don't recall, but it's a really nice little Lamborghini Gallardo. It's not Kyosho nice, but it's probably a level below that. This one does have rubber tires. Nice little car. This one does have transparent lensed headlights. Also has transparent lensed tail lights. Here's your Greenlight Lamborghini. They had another Lamborghini tooling also. Okay, this one here is from Series 6. This is the only time that this car was ever put out by Greenlight. It's the Porsche Panamera. So let's take a look at this one. This car is gorgeous. I mean, it is. This car right here is Kyosho nice. Every bit as nice as any Kyosho car that I have. It's that nice. Don't know if these are prototypical wheels. I think they are. It's an excellent rolling car. It's a metal body, plastic base, rubber tires with tread. This one here does have transparent lensed headlights, as well as transparent lensed taillights. Okay, so what do these cars all have in common? They are very early Greenlight releases. None of these have been put out in probably at least 4 or 5 years. And these are old high-speed toolings. Greenlight acquired the high-speed catalog. And some of these cars that they released are awesome, very well done, like the Lamborghini and the Porsche. Some of them are okay, like the Range Rover, and some of them are kind of poor, like the Porsche Cayenne. But it's cool that they did it at all, because they haven't done it since. Pretty much everything that they've been putting out the last 4 years is their own stuff. A few of the Motor World toolings and high-speed toolings have made their way to the premium line, like the Chevy Bel Air and the Shelby Cobra. What else? The '69 Camaro convertible, that's been released as a premium once or twice. And a couple of the Volkswagens. So I don't know if their licensing for these cars has expired or what. But if it hasn't, I would really like to see them put these cars out again, especially this Porsche, because this is one of the nicest Greenlight cars in my collection. Look at these side view mirrors. Those are so, just like a Kyosho. The stance on this thing is just so on point. The lines, the proportions. It is a sick car. So I wanted to show that because I just acquired this in a trade. And I don't have a lot of this old Greenlight stuff, so I like getting it. Anytime I come across it, I will try to either buy it or trade for it if I am able to. And this stuff will not leave my collection. It's not available for sale or trade. I am a Greenlight collector, somewhere in the neighborhood of 700 different castings. So, okay, so I have a new Greenlight tooling, another one. So we're going to get into that real quick. But before we get into that one, I'm going to show you guys these. Starting with this MacGyver Jeep. Stand by just a second. So this Jeep is from the Hollywood series from MacGyver. It is a 1987 Jeep Wrangler. Now, I'm sure all you collectors have noticed how nice these Greenlight Jeeps are. They're not that popular, but from a replication standpoint, they are one of Greenlight's best castings, I think. They're so well done. They're scaled right. None of them have stance issues. The detail on these things is phenomenal, as you can see here. Lens headlights and tail lights. Some of these castings have removable hard tops. Some of them have removable soft tops. All of their Jeeps that they put out have prototypical wheels. This one has a full-size rubber spare on the back. And just look at the grille detail on this thing. Lens headlights, painted indicators. Just amazing. It's an amazing job. Really nicely done. So there's the 87. Here is a 95. This is a Rio Grande. I should have brought out a Sahara too, but the Sahara is pretty similar to the Rio Grande. So here's an example of the hardtop. The hardtop is removable. Again, you have prototypical wheels. You have the Goodyear Wrangler tires, which I think are OEM tires for this Jeep. You have transparent lens headlights and taillights again. The detail's just so good. Even the hinges are detailed. The fender flares. Very, very nicely done. There's the front end on that. Let's see if we can take this top off here. Yeah, this top is on really good. When they're on really good like that, I want to leave them on. Because sometimes if you take them off, then they'll either break or when you put them back on, they don't stay on very good. So there's the 95. Okay, this one here is a 2014, and I think this is the Wrangler Black Bear. But this is a 2014 Jeep Wrangler. So you have 3 different generations of Jeep Wrangler. All look similar, but all look different. Now these later model ones like this particular tooling, I've had a lot of issues where I get them and one of the headlights always seems to come out, which is a bummer because the casting is so sick otherwise. All of the detail, OEM wheels again, Goodyear Wrangler tires. Fender flares are painted. The top comes off on this one. So there you have your hard top right here. And then you have your Jeep. So you can see you get the entire roll cage. Awesome detail. And I've got actually a ton of these Jeeps. I think combining all of the different body styles, I have somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 25. But we're going to add one tonight, and that's what this other car is. Because as I said, we have another new tooling from Greenlight. It's about the 10th new tooling that I've shown on the channel in the last 2 months. This is from the new anniversary. What is it? Anniversary series. I don't know what series it is. The copyright date is 2018, so I know it's brand new. But here you go. It's the Silver Anniversary Edition 1979 Jeep CJ5. And a little well-known fact here on the back. There's the picture of the stock Jeep. Sold as the Universal until the 1970s, the Jeep CJ5 quickly became a favorite of those looking for outdoor recreation. Fortified with rugged capability and durability that still defines Jeep 4x4s, this model enjoyed the longest production run of any Jeep vehicle. That's pretty impressive because you're talking about cars like the Grand Wagoneer that had a good production run. The Jeep Cherokee is the one, if I were to guess, I would either say Jeep Wrangler or Jeep Cherokee, but I guess the CJ kind of falls into that Wrangler category. Let's set it free and take a look at this thing. I'm pretty sure, and looking at it in the package, that this is going to be my favorite Greenlight Jeep casting. It's number 5511. There's the base. That is a black metal base. That is so dope. So you've got the Renegade livery. Now it is the it's the silver anniversary edition, so that is the deco that you get with it, which is a stock deco. But just look at the detail. The wipers are totally detailed. The grille indicators. I love this soft top on it, how the window kind of goes down into the door. You can peek in and see the steering wheel. One thing I'm not very fond of, not only is this a new tooling for Greenlight, this is the first time we've seen it, but it's also a new wheel tooling. So these wheels, this is the first time we've seen these. These, I think, are... Oh, hold on. I think these are the wheels that they're supposed to be. Which, I don't know about you, but to me, they don't look like that really at all. Well, maybe a little bit. If they could find a way to darken or to shadow the backspace in those, the negative space, then I think, yeah, maybe they would look pretty good. But here's the back end of the Jeep. Transparent. Are those transparent? No, they are not. I don't know. So those are just tampoed taillights. They look great, though, for being just painted or tampoed. And then the license plate, I think that's pretty cool. I have no idea what that says. 1954 to 1979. Special silver anniversary. Commemorative plate. I love how they did the plastic windows. Look at how awesome that looks with the ripple effect. I mean, that right there is a level of detail that you don't see very often from these 1:64 scale manufacturers. And you even have it there on the side view. Now, this isn't the first time they've done that. Even the first and second gen Jeep soft tops have that effect. Or not first or second gen, but the late 80s into the mid 90s, those toolings also have that. Now, these ones here that I brought out are hard tops, so they're not going to show the plastic rippling effect. But this feature is not exclusive to this tooling, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, before I wrap up the video, let's try one thing with this Jeep. I'm going to try taking this top off. If it's on there really good, I'm not going to take it off. Except that I really want to see what this thing looks like without it. Oh, nice. So there's your top. Yeah, this thing is bad. Wow. This is definitely my favorite Greenlight Jeep tooling. You have to be extra careful taking the top off of this, though. You really just kind of finesse it off. Because you have 4 little posts that come down from the top. You have two in the back here, and then you have two in the front of the top there. And that's not the issue. The issue is that where the front ones mount is on the top of the windshield here. And if you're not careful, you could end up ripping the windshield off. But just look at how killer this thing looks. This this looks kind of goofy. You know, from the side it looks like it could be a sun visor. That's the only thing about it that looks kind of goofy, but that's the price you pay to have a removable top. Other than that, it looks fantastic. So that is an excellent looking tooling. Greenlight is just continuing to kill it. They're continuing to smash everybody with what they're doing. I love it. I love the aggressiveness. I love the creativity. And my hat's off to Greenlight. That's why they are my favorite brand to collect. Because you always get something new. So I put my pre-order in tonight for the Black Bandit 19 and Tokyo Torque 2. So it's still going to be probably a couple months before those start to hit. But there's going to be some awesome stuff in those. So anyways, there you go. There's your Greenlight Jeep Wranglers. Or Renegade and Wranglers. Busted headlight. And then of course we had very hard to find Motor World castings. So there you go. You guys all have a good Friday. Don't work too hard. Happy hunting. I will holler at you at the next video.